Have you ever noticed that the loudest conversation that in your life is the one that no one can hear it? It's almost like a radio that quietly is playing in the background of your mind. Most of the time, perhaps you can't even hear it, but suddenly the volume goes up. It replays a story of your past, a conversation, and creates another story of embarrassment out of a story, a conversation that happened years ago. Predict a future that you didn't even think about, and the problem that you're going to face. And somehow, almost choosing a worst memory and unhappiest moments of your life. You try to focus on something, but your mind have another plan for you. When I was young, I was one of those, sitting for a long time quiet, thinking about embarrassing moments, creating stories, thinking about the future that I couldn't even imagine. And then suddenly, starting a conversation with my mom, saying, I was thinking. And I remember once when I was leaving the house, my mom told me, okay, take care of yourself, and by the way, when you're crossing the street, stop thinking, use your legs. And my reaction was, what? And she told me, knowing you, that you're always in your head, trying to create the stories and talking to yourself, my fear is that suddenly a car comes towards you, and you know what will be the reaction of your brain? It will say, no, wait a moment, we are going to die in this moment. So use your leg, which is faster than your brain, in a moment that you need it. The story maybe was funny, the way that my mom explained it. But it's interesting meaning inside this story is that sometimes we are so absorbed in our thoughts that we don't even notice what's happening around us. Having inner conversation is not a problem. As a matter of fact, it's one of the greatest psychological abilities that we have. We spend most of our life, waking time, in a conversation, internal conversation. We use the inner voice to reflect, to solve problems, to make sense of difficulties around us, and even to encourage ourselves. Without this inner voice, we cannot learn from the experience and predict the future. But there is another voice inside us, the one that doesn't want to reflect, the one that doesn't want to bring clarity, the one that simply keep talking. Imagine you're reading a book. A word, a sentence, all of a sudden brings you to the back or to the future. Suddenly you are no longer reading. Your mind is replaying an old embarrassment or predicting what might go wrong, imagining, and then all of a sudden you realize one thing. You finished a page, you finished a chapter, and you didn't understand anything. Why? Because you're running another story in your head. Psychologist Ethan Kross calls it chatter mind. And understanding the difference between helpful inner conversation and the mental chatting is one of the most important psychological skills that we can develop. We may never can stop that chatter mind, but we have the ability to change the relation that we have with it. And the first step is surprisingly very simple. First step is to listen to that chatter mind. In one of my group therapy sessions, I ask everyone to write for a couple of days, 10 minutes of that conversation. What was surprising is how repetitive it was, yet how difficult it was to understand the pattern of it. The same worries, the same prediction with no subject. I invite you to do that for a couple of days, just 10 minutes of your time, because you know what is interesting? The interesting part is that when you write it down, you are no longer inside that conversation, you are observing it. And that might be one of the most important steps that you can take, because you see what happens when you're listening, you are no longer the voice. Talk to yourself the way that you talk to the loved one. There's a fascinating psychological phenomenon called Solomon paradox. It's named after King Solomon. King Solomon was a very wise man when it comes to giving advice to other people to solve their problem. But when he had to solve his own problem, he couldn't. Most of us, we are much wiser when we talk to friends, families. We talk with perspective, with kindness, with love. But when it comes to the inner voice that we have, we become the most harshest critic. So the next time that voice inside you become loud, just ask yourself, if a friend, if a loved one was coming to me with same tone, what could be my advice? Then offer yourself the same advice. Now that you wrote the 10 minutes of that chatter mind, you can also write the advice. Look at your thoughts, not through them. One of the reasons that chatter mind becomes so convincing is because we forget we are having a thought. We start believing every one of them. So the difference between saying, I'm going to fail, and I having a thought that I'm going to fail, that's a huge difference. The tiny shift creates a space. And sometimes that's a space that your chatter mind doesn't really want to have. Return to present. The more you argue with your chatter mind, the louder it becomes. Instead of trying to silence it, try to gently move your attention to present. One simple way is to choose three things. Choose a color and look for it in your room. Pay attention to the light coming from the windows or leaves moving outside. Choose three sounds: a car moving, a bird singing, or even your breathing. Three physical sensations: your feet touching the floor, the chair that is supporting your weight, or a cup of tea that you're holding, the warmth of a cup of tea. This doesn't make the chatter mind to disappear, but this creates a moment, the moment that you separate yourself from that traveling mind and come back to present. Before we finish, I would like to leave you with one thought. Your mind creates your thoughts, but your wisdom chooses which one will be your story. So, if this conversation resonates with you, I'll be delighted if you join our community by subscribing. Each week we are going to explore another fascinating world of psychology with curiosity, compassion, and practical tools that can help us to create more inhabitable life. Thank you for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in our next conversation. And until then, take care of yourself.